Okay, we're live coming to you from beautiful downtown southern sunny California. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to make this 45 on your piece of tile. All right, now see if I can't get this up here a little more close and personal. All right, now you can better see what's really going on. All right, how did I get this center line? How did I make that happen? For those that don't know, I'm going to show you right now. Okay, we've got our bullnose piece. All right, there's the bullnosed edge. That goes down. All right, I'm just going to run right at the bottom edge of this tile right here. Okay, just like it would be sitting when it was finished. All right, but the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it over here to the side and line it up with this edge here. All right, so I get this perfectly lined up. Okay. You can take a torpedo level and put it up here on your wall and get that bubble to center right there. All right, now it should be flush with this edge here, and it's right there at that edge. Okay. Now I'll take this and I'll mark this. Okay, now I do the same thing here. This edge goes right along this bottom edge. Okay, and then I bring it to where this stops here at this line. Okay, right there. And again, let's put the level on it so we can make sure that this is level. The speed square, or the speed square, this torpedo level. Okay, get that bubble nice and centered. All right, get that where it goes. Okay. Then we make this line across here, and we stop at this edge where this line comes up right here. All right. Now, we've got this line, and we've got this line. Okay. Now, I follow this edge right here, and I can use this piece of trim. All right. Or I can take the speed square. You can take a speed square too, or you can take your torpedo level. And when you get this bubble center, all right, you know you're good. So you bring it right up along this outer edge here. All right, and we get that bubble to level where it's centered of your marks. And there it is. Let me see if I can't zoom this. All right. Hey, Almond Will. All right, there's my bubble. It's just about level. Right there. All right, then I take this and I mark. Bam, and we got this line. Now, how do we... Now we got to get to 45. Okay. Let's change positions on me. Now, how do we get this 45 in here? Well, we take a straight edge. I'm going to take this tile. All right, and I'm going to run it right in the center, right here at the bottom. Bring it up to this outside corner here, and then you mark. Okay, and there's that. Then you take your tile, and on your tile, you want to mark it with this painter's tape, all right, that allows you to write on it. So I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to mark at this point, at this inside right here. Okay. Then I'm going to catch it right here. So I'm going to need a piece of tape there. And then you take your speed square or a straight edge. All right. And you line this up here at this corner and down here to the mark you have right here, right there. Okay. And then you mark this. All right. Then you mark this right here. And that's where you cut. Okay. But you want this right at that corner, right there at that point. Down to your pencil mark here, which is at this point. This change positions, which is right at this point right here. You mark your tile. All right. So that's how you do that. Now let's go cut this. $109 plus tax. Hopefully they have it.
Yeah, well, keep calling me.
Not the third. You know what they're gonna do?
All I can do is see what Kenny will do here. Are you still there?
All right. Now, here we go. Now here's one I have cut already. All right. I put this on my saw. I cut this at a 45. As you notice, I've got it pointed back. This is for the fence.
Yeah, I got a hold of the wax. We ain't got that much right.
Okay. And so the back goes to the fence. Now, we've got this mark right here. All right. So that's where it's going to line up with that pencil line, is right there. So what I'm going to do is we can bring this here like that. Okay, then we're going to line this up. There's that pencil
I don't want
line.
to get mixed up, but we got to get that seat pump fixed.
All right, so now I'm going to line this up here and get that lined up right where that's going to go. Okay, so for
She's going to get to work. She's got to go to work tomorrow.
Pictures, you can have a clear picture of what's going on.
I'm going to ask Kenny so I can do that.
We'll see where this is going. All right. Now, all right, I'm sorry for all this. This is what I don't like about live is you get all this unnecessary junk in the middle of your video. All right. So I'm going to take this mark I have here. I'm going to bring it across where I can see it straight across. All right. Now, okay, we're going to line this up here. Okay. Get right in place here.
Should be able to if you got the receipt.
All right, right there.
I thought that was taken care of. No, it's sitting out there.
Okay, and there we go.
She's probably got the receipt.
And that's going to have to line up. Okay.
Yeah, most likely she's got the receipt. I thought she took that back.
All right, there we go. That's right where we want to be. All right. That's going to fall right into place here. Let's bring this up. Okay. Double check it. Okay. Perfect. Now we're going to cut this. Perfect cut. There we go. Okay, here's this cut. Let's go check it. And here's one that was previously cut. We can line it up here and check that there. Okay, that's how that's going to go across. All right, so let's go over here and check this. All right, thanks for being here. And yeah, when you got live, it's live. I mean, you get all the mistakes, no editing allowed. Keeps it real. Sometimes a little too real, but it's all good. And we're going to show you how this is going to line up over here. Where it goes, the next piece will be the piece I'm cutting across. All right, these 45s are the most critical. And we will show you what that's going to look like right now. The next thing I'll be doing is I'll be cutting the piece that goes across, horizontal piece. And you see how this is going to turn out. Here, I'm going to turn this around. Bam. Okay. Here we go. This side should be identical to the other side. And all right, so we're going to take this and we're going to put it right here on this edge. It's going to come right down. All right. There we are, just to that outer edge. Bring this up. Bam. Perfect. There it is. All right. Next one's going to go across to this other side. All right. Now, let's get my other pieces. And we will see. Let's see how this is done on the vertical. And something I have done already, I didn't show it. But what I did is I painted this edge. All right, this edge would have been gray, but you see it's white. That way it looks nice. I was going to bullnose it, but that would have been a lot of extra work. And so I painted it white. I took regular primer spray paint, this Krylon, I'll show it to you. I took this Krylon, I'm not sponsored, but I took this Krylon, and it's a paint primer. All right, gloss. Okay, paint primer. And I sprayed it on. And then you go over it with a polyurethane. Or I had some of this stuff around and I coated it with this. All right, that's just like a clear coat. Okay. And I taped it right up to this edge. Okay. So it didn't affect it. Now, this is the piece I'm going to use for my 45. All right. I'm taking the tape off of this edge here while I'm holding this camera. I see we've got two in the chat. I know Almond is here, or Arnold is here. And as I'm taking this tape off, okay. Now we'll show you the tile itself and the purpose for, see, the tile. Pam's Great Outdoor Adventures. Well, thank you for dropping in. It's good to see you earlier. All right, so this edge is painted and it's on the tile. That's why we paint it. Okay. Well, Pam, if you never need to talk, hit me up and I can give you my Facebook email. I mean, my Facebook, link, and we can talk. Even do a phone call, But anyways, so that's how that's done. Now I'm going to go get these 45s.
Kenny, I gotta ask you something.
Hold on, everybody. What's that? What's that, Al?
Oh, I gotta ask you a favor. Could you cover me for $115
I don't
and I
know.
give you the money on the third
I don't know. Maybe
or the second?
I'll have to talk
The-
to the wife. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, they're over there at my. I just got done talking with the wife,
Yeah.
and
1 minute.
yeah, because
everybody.
what do you call it? So, well, with the taxes.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
115.
I understand. Probably, maybe, but I got to talk to the wife.
Okay, would you call her and find out? Because Joe's waiting.
Okay, well, I'm also live.
Okay, okay.
Kind of in the middle of something. All right. So now with let me show you this here. This doesn't have to be difficult. All right. Now I'm going to use this piece goes to this as my pattern, okay? And that's my air compressor you're looking at. I'll have to do a review on my air compressor. It's homemade. That's made out of an air compressor off a car, actually an air conditioning pump off a car. That's what you're looking at right here. That's an air tank over here, an electric motor. Anyway, that's a whole nother review. Okay, now I'm going to show you a quick and simple way to make this joining piece. All right, but I'm going to have to put tape back on this piece here. All right, so now I got to go get my tape. This is the only thing about the live streams, you know, it's like you wouldn't be seeing all this. And I wouldn't have taken the tape off of my piece of trim. Have the paint come out so you could see, but it's okay. Except after the live stream, you know, this is where everybody's going to want to fast forward and get through all this dead time. All right, so the first thing I do is I take my piece, just like it's going to go on my wall. So it's going to go on my wall. Now my wall is facing over here. So if I stand over here, my bull-nosed edge is down, okay? You can see what's rounded over. They call it a bullnose. It's not a bullnose. This is a round over. Yeah, it does. But if somebody's really, really wanting to learn, they'll watch, you know, and or somebody that's never done it before. When I was learning the difference with the tile, because I do wood, and I was trying to learn how to do the tile, nobody would do videos like this. Very slow and buffering a lot. Oh, wow, sorry. I think that's your internet connection there, Pam. I appreciate you being here, and it was really good seeing you earlier. Yeah, your internet's probably running slow, probably prime time wherever you are. So there's a lot of people using the internet. Okay, and all I'm doing is I'm just getting this tape lined up with the edge right here, all right? Okay, then I'm just taking it and just kind of folding it, rolling it down. All right. And I'm just going to do that all the way across so I can get my, I'm going to lay this other piece on top. Like I said, nobody, it's buffering out, is it what, Pam? Yeah, if it's prime time, there's a lot of people on your server, it'll slow it down. And if you have a lot on your computer can just be running slow if you've got a lot on it because of your RAM. You need more RAM or more memory. If your memory's low or your RAM don't have enough RAM, it will, and you got a lot on your computer. You either got to remove stuff from it or get another hard drive and more memory, or just delete stuff that you don't really use, you know. Apps, and you can take photos and videos and put them on a thumb drive, and that will free up quite a bit of space that way too, which will help your computer to run a little better. I don't know a whole lot about that. I know a little bit. But anyways, this tape's sticking and not wanting to come off. It's old tape. I've had it for a long time, and it gets super sticky and doesn't want to come off. The edges get all cruded up. So thanks for being here and hanging out. Arnold, are you here, or is that Pam that's showing up in the chat? Because only one of you is showing up. You both of you could be here, but only one's showing at the moment. And I'm fighting with this tape, trying to get it loose. I say never give up, because there's always a way, because there is always. Okay, just got to kind of get the edge over here where it's holding on. Get this over here. And just kind of work this edge, kind of twist the tape a little bit. And there it is, see? But this is where it sticks right here. Maybe if I took alcohol and a swab or something, I could clean up this edge where it wouldn't be sticking in that area. I see there's always a way. Got to figure out what that way is. You know, alcohol is glue's kryptonite, right? Yeah, it's good to see you too, Pam. So you haven't been doing much on your channel. Okay. All right, I'm ready now. But yeah, you haven't been doing much on your channel, you mentioned. Okay, now remember, this goes like this. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up here straight with this edge. All right. And when I got this lined up with this edge here, it lines up with the bottom edge there. And then you mark right inside here on this inner part of the edge of this here. All right. I don't think I'm going to be able to hold it straight to get that perfect angle, but I want to show you as if I am. Okay, if this is laying down, right, it's laying down flat, and you get it lined up with this corner, and so it's just here at this edge here, and then you mark. I'm going to do a little dotted line. Okay, you can barely see that. And then that's where you cut. But now I'm going to lay it down flat where it's going to be completely accurate. All right, I'm going to put it up against the straight edge. I'll show you here, putting it up against the straight edge. Okay, it's right up against this fence. I call it a straight edge, it is, but it's really the fence on the tile saw. All right. So let's see how much of this I can show you. Okay, so it's right up against this fence. All right. Now, I've got this round over meeting the round over, or do I have it reversed? Oh, it's reversed. All right, that's what you got to check. You want the round over. Okay, now that means this is in the way, which I don't need any longer. Now on this, I have a 2x4 underneath it on the bottom part, because it got a little shelf in here, and it doesn't want to grab. My 2x4 is floating. It's slip sliding away. It's floating. All right, now I can get this out of my way. All right, so that was where my clamp was holding. Okay, get this pushed over where it goes. Get this nice and tight up against this fence. All right, then this is going to go here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this other piece of trim. All right, and I'm going to set it on this other piece so it's level. Okay, let's bring this up where it's gonna be on here fully on, or at least halfway on. All right, now we're gonna get this lined up. See, right to this outer edge. Bam. Now I could take a speed square and I could line this up even with the speed square as far as that goes. But as long as I get this nice and straight and even with the edge right here. Okay. Straight and even right there. It looks good. Yeah, looks, well, it's off a little bit. All right, this needs to come back just a hair more. Okay, you're just in time to see me do this, mark this 45 on here. So when it goes on the wall, it'll be right. Because what it is here, and I cut it the same, it'll be right. Okay, so if I look straight down, it's in line. Okay, it's perfectly in line. If I look straight down here, it looks like this is sticking out more at the bottom, but it's not. Straight down tells you. Okay, now I'm going to hold this in place and I'm going to mark it. Okay. Let's see if I can't get that. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to hold this in place. Okay. Okay, now we're going to hold that where you can see. I'm holding this down. I'm just going to mark. Bam. Now, there's only one little problem with that. It's backwards. Why is it backwards? It's backwards because you see this thick edge? You shouldn't be seeing that edge. You should be seeing this round overed edge. And that's how I know it's wrong. Which tells me, here I am talking, and I put it on the wrong side. That's what it tells me. But it shouldn't be. Ah, all right. Okay. That will work. Let's double check this. It will work. I'll show you why it'll work. I'll show you why it's going to work. Not now, but right now. Okay. Oh, no. I'll show you why it is going to work. Okay. You know what? I messed up. And the reason I messed up is, the only reason I messed up is because let me show you the difference. This is what you want to be aware of, that's easy to do, that you don't want to do. Whoops. See the edge? That's where I messed up. See, it should have been turned this way when I made my cut, and I would have been perfect. Okay, now this would go to the back or the outside of the wall. All right, so I was talking and not watching and made this mistake. Okay, so now you know what not to do. Make sure your rounded over edge matches here in the front with the other rounded over edge. All right, where there's a will, there's a way. Yes, that's right. Now you see over here, this one over here will work, is perfect. See, that's going to be just fine. Okay, this one's right. You see the round over? This one's wrong. All right, I got to do it again. So, not a big deal. A bump in the road, but it still gives me my angle. Okay, the angle on this piece I just marked, it's still the right angle. It's still a 45, and so that I didn't waste my time, except for now I've got to redo this. Let's redo it. All right. Now, but see, you get to see the whole process now. What a deal. You know, my mistake is your gain, because now you get to see what I do from scratch, from start to finish. All right, because I'm going to take this now. It's my pattern, right? I'm going to put tape on this, and then I'm going to line this up with the square edge with the round over. All right, and I'm going to line this up and then get this right at the top where it needs to be here. Get this all lined up. I'm going to run a pencil line across the bottom here and cut across here. And then I'll be making my 45 here, and I'll be good to go. So, only drawback to this video is I got to put the tape on here, and you know, this tape coming off of this isn't cooperating too well. But I'm glad you're here. But see, if I wasn't live, you would never see this. You'd never ever see the mistake. Well, I probably wouldn't have made that one. And maybe. All right. So it's coming off pretty good here. So far, so good. And we don't have to put tape on the whole piece. We just need to put tape in the area where it needs to be. All right. So we're going to do this. I can show you. All right, so my tape's going to stop right here at the bottom of that, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark it. Just give myself a mark right here on the side where I can see it on the side of this tile. And I've got a little pencil line right there. And I know I can make my tape just a little bit longer than this pencil line, and I'll be good. Okay, so now I've got a gauge, a built-in marker, and I just tape, bring it up here to the top. All right, I'll show you what I'm doing here. All right, and I'm just going to bring it back just past my pencil line right here. I'm going to cut it off. And that's what I'll be doing. Now you know what's going on behind the scenes. I did a video the other day, last week, where I was videotaping myself on another camera, doing some trim up close and personal. So you saw, it's called behind the scenes. So you can see my wife videotaping me on one video, and on the other video, you see what I'm doing up close and personal. I think it was Robert Blake was mentioning to do a video where you're showing yourself doing the video. And that's where I got the idea from. Robert Blake. Him and Nick Neiman. That's Nimmin, Neiman. Nick Neiman. I have learned a lot from these guys. When I first learned about them, I was sharing these guys' channels, names with those in my community. I haven't mentioned their names for quite a while. But anyways, that's Roberto Blake, Nick Neiman, and then there's Daryl Eves. I had heard somebody calling them the Three Kings not long ago. I thought, okay, that works. But hey, little dumpling. Pam's Great Outdoor Adventures is here. Haven't seen her for a while. Saw her, but I saw her in the live stream and she came over to visit, and I'm glad she is. You can see what I'm doing up close and personal. I just messed up on a piece. And now I'm redoing it. And I'm showing you how I'm fixing it. And this tape is really sticky. I've had it for a few years, back when I painted this house. And, you know, it just doesn't want to cooperate very well. But we're making it work. We're just making it work. And I know after this live stream, people are going to be, this video probably isn't going to get that much watch time because people are going to be skipping through a lot of this. And I don't blame them. I can't blame a person for skipping through all this. I really can't. And so, but you're here and you get to see it firsthand, up close and personal. And that's the deal. Okay. All right. It's wanting to act up on me. See, it's starting to come loose right there as I'm really working this tape, as you can see. All right. I think I got it past the sticking point. And this is my last piece of tape. Whew. All right. Like I said, always a way. Okay, get this tape down. Now we're little dumpling. It did. Whew. I cut this one backwards. You see the square edge? It was backwards. I needed this side over here. All right. So I'm going to flip this way. All right. I'm going to line this up here. All right. But I'm going to put it against this fence so everything is straight and even. And there's no mistakes. That way you know that you know. And that's why you want to use a straight edge or a fence like we have here on this table. All right, let's get this turned around so you can see. All right, here is the table. I'm putting this against the table. Rounded edge, that's the front. Okay. Now, if you had a whole bunch, I mean, you could sit here and make you a little, you could put an F up here for front, right? Or you could, I mean, you could, all right, make you an arrow on every piece before you cut it. So you know, see, you could do that. But it isn't really necessary, or shouldn't be anyway, but that's one way to beat the system. All right. So this is okay. Now, all right, we line this up. Okay. Get that lined up. Now the other thing I can do is I can set this piece of tile here in front, just like this, hold it straight. Okay, and then you just see the little gap right there, right? Just push that up to where it touches, bring it backwards up against the fence. One hand it's kind of difficult, but I think you get the idea. Okay, so this goes here. Bam, that's straight. That's touching there. And we get this lined up here, right? We get this straight with that fence. Okay, we come over here. All right, we take this, get this down. Okay, it looks like, and we're straight here. And is that touching? Needs to go up just a hair. All right. So we're going to get this up a hair. doing this with one hand is fun. Should I say not fun? All right, so there we go. It's nice and straight. And there it is. Now we can mark it. All that just to mark this. Okay, I'm holding this down. Then you take your pencil, you mark along this edge. Okay, just mark along that edge right there. Now, okay. Doing this for your viewing pleasure. Right there, and we know it's right. Okay. Now, we're going to get this cut. All right. Getting these pieces moved out of the way. And blocking that with my hand. Wasn't meaning to do that, actually. Okay. Although this block was helping us as to push it forward, that it was doing. Okay. And you think you have everything set up, and then you gotta mess with it. Okay. Now we got this cleaned up here. Okay. This will hold it at the 45. Okay, and then I can take this and lay this here. All right, just so that it pushes this out even further away. All right, and then I line this pencil line up with the saw blade. Okay. Now I'll show you what I see. All right. Now you want to keep this tight against the block. All right, this first one, and then this one tight against that, and you push down and back as you cut. All right, now these diamond blades, they're very forgiving in general. They're not like a wood saw blade. A wood saw blade, I would never ever get my hands as close as I do to this diamond blade. It's a wood blade, saw blade will cut your fingers off in a second. And you don't get your fingers close to a wood blade ever, because you'll lose your fingers. All right, I'm trying to show you what I'm looking at here. Okay, there is that. And it looks like I'm going to go with that cut. I might inch that over just a hair more. Okay, before I get it turned on. All right, that would be more direct right there. And then I'm just going to slide this piece I'm going to cut. I'm going to slide this piece up right there. Now, make sure you pull back. All right, and everything's tight. And that looks dead on right there, just to the outer edge, all right? You always want to cut the outer edge of your pencil line. Okay, if you want to make it a tad shorter, then you cut the pencil line. But you always want to cut to the outside edge anytime you're cutting. I don't care if it's wood or what it is, but anytime cutting, you always want to cut just to the outside edge of that pencil line. All right, let's get this cut. Now, I'm trying to hold this and do it. Let's see if I can. right there. We're good. Now, I was talking and I forgot to make this other cut or this other mark so I could make my cut, but it's okay. You might want to prefer to do it like this anyway. Make that 45 first, okay? And then line this up here with that edge right there so you know. Okay. And now this is where you can run this right up against that fence. And if they're both touching that fence, you know you're exact. All right. Now you just got to get it lined up. So it's lined up properly, looking straight down, you can tell. All right, so let's get this. All right, that's exact. Exact. Although this now, all right. Okay, if we get this straight, we can even look, we can even use this edge right here as a straight edge. Okay, and get this up here, and there it is. Although the cut does look a little off. And if it is, it's because I moved, but it doesn't appear to be. So we'll just have to see. Okay, let's see here. Let's do a test. All right, we can do a test right here. Is that piece a little wider? That piece could be a little wider than the piece I just cut. So let's double check this. Is that piece a tad wider? Because if it is, no, it's not a tad wider. It appears to be the same. So let's see what the deal is here. Okay. See, the tip. The tip's the issue. The tip on this one right here is the issue, right there. Okay, because if these were, the tip looks like it broke off and I didn't notice. Because if I bring that like that, see, that's right there where it should be. But this is a square edge, so it doesn't look right. So that's the issue with that one. All right. So I may have to redo that. I just don't have much excess. I don't have a lot of extra of this is my only problem. Which means I have to go get another one. Go buy some more and make some more. But you see, that's where the problem lied, was that. But I think that's going to work. Let's see. Although that does show a little bit there, and I'm not liking that because that's not really good enough. That's, well, you know what? I've got to put. Let's see. Okay, so I've got to get that other piece I've cut that will line up with that. I'll have to get that other one. I may have to take this live stream and put on private and do some editing and then re-upload it. I may have to do that here. Although, let's see here. All right, so we can do that. We can do this. All right, so it's saying you really need to hold this with two hands. And trying to do this with one hand and cut with one hand, it's where you have room for error. But I just want people to see how it's done. You know, because like I was starting to say a few minutes ago, was I do trim work. I do work with wood. Working with tile, it's a little different, but angles are angles. My saw, I'll show you my saw right here. The difference, I'll show you the difference. When I go to cut an angle with a piece of wood, all right, like when I made my 45-degree cut, it says 45 degrees. See that? So I put my piece of wood in here and it cuts my 45 degree. All right. And if I, hey, happy Colorado homestead. All right. So my wood saw gives you the degrees. There's a 15 degree, right? And it's locked. And then the blade comes down and it cuts. All right. Now, the difference is on this saw, on the tile saw, this is an old school tile saw. All right. There's nothing on the table that turns for your angles. You got to create your own angle. And so everything's totally different. And there's a huge learning curve in doing that and getting accustomed with what to do and how to go about doing it. So I said all that to say, when I was learning about tile, because I'm a woodworker, I had to learn, wrap my head around the saw and how it works and what to do. And all the videos I watched on doing tile, nobody showed you what I'm showing you. Nobody had their camera up next to this blade. Nobody would take their time to show you what they were doing and how they were doing it. And so because of that, I've made it a personal, it just become a personal thing for me to be able to show you exactly what's going on, how to go about doing it. And that's the difference. Hey, Colorado Homestead, I really like your channel, bro. I plan on moving to the south. That's why I'm fixing up this house. I want to get this house sold and move on to the south, whether it's Tennessee or Alabama or Arkansas or somewhere. Yeah, you're right. They don't show you nothing. The camera, when they do show you, the camera's like way back here and you don't see jack. Well, thank you, bro, for being here. I just made some cuts. My 45, it's a little bit, well, the tip of my tile is got a little chip in the very tip of that 45. It's going to show. And I'll show you what's going on here, what I'm doing real quick here. Because I got to get this tile cut. But since you're here, Colorado Homestead, I'll show you right now. This is a custom. Okay, Bathroom, I know who will. Well, thank you. Feel free. I'll be happy to answer your questions. I'm trying to show you this up here and it keeps disconnecting every time I get close. I've never done that before. All right, so I painted this. Then I polyurethane the edge. I masked this off. Here's some of the masking here. I bullnose this edge as well. Okay. And I show you how to do that in my videos. You just got to go down through my videos, as well as this radius. A pedal sink is going here. I'm putting in this subway tile. It's going to be black. All right. which is going to match the black on those clawfoot. And then I've got custom feather. Trying to turn this around. It's not turning around. There we go. Collar on every day. I wish everyone the best day. Stay positive. Yeah. You're on the next level, buddy. Thank you. And well, let me know if you're still here, Colorado Homestead. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. We could even do a phone call, even. It's all good. Well, thank you, Pam, for being here. Don't be a stranger. Like I said, if you need to talk, hit me up. We could talk. I know everybody hits a slump, and so just be creative. You could always do a cooking video. What's your favorite special meal you like to make? Videotape your favorite dish. Go to a museum somewhere, and do a video at a museum. I did Route 66 here recently, which is right here where I live, a museum of Route 66 here in Victorville. And I got a video up on that. Okay. Well, push, just keep putting that right foot forward. And maybe you need to go to the museum and do a video, get out of your comfort zone. It's the sun's shining. My Facebook channel is Invo Skin. That's INBOSKIN. I'd made some natural organic. I made some natural organic skincare product, and I was hoping to get it on the market. It didn't happen. I don't have investors, but it's really very good stuff. It turns a sunburn into a suntan, and that's for real. But anyways, that's where the channel name came from. Was Invo, INVO SKIN, Invo Skin. And you'll find me there. I also have another one, but I can put the link to it on your channel, on your comments. So check later. I'll do that later. So check your comments, your last video, and I'll put my Facebook link there. But I got to get this cut, and trying to do it with one hand isn't working out. Knowing me, I'll probably just leave this live stream up. People can see it, think this guy don't know what he's doing. You're welcome, Pam. Or whatever they think, I don't care. I've got 2 bathrooms. Showers I just finished, that you probably already know about, that I've done. And so I don't care what people think. I do what I want to do. You have a good night. Keep looking up, Pam. Keep looking up. And I'll get you that link over, and we could chat. So again, keep looking up. Catch you on the rebound, and never give up, because there's always a way. Always. All right. God bless. Bye for now. And I thank everyone for being here. And for those that come in this live stream after the live stream, I look forward to hearing from you, and thank you for your time. All right. God bless. Bye, Pam. Have a good night. Have a blessed week. And we'll connect for sure. All right. God bless. Bye for now. And